Welcome to the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast with your host, life coach Jeff Relaford. This podcast is designed for those who wish to change their inner self in order to maximize outward potential. So come redirect, regroup, and refocus with your number one life coach, Jeff Relaford.
Boom. Hello. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you again on the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. And yo, listen, every time I got to say this every week, I thank y'all for joining me. Today, we are not going to have a guest on the show because I want to kind of shift gears a little bit. And what I want to do was I want to talk to you about something that really helps myself out. Okay, I want to kind of let you all guys into the world that I'm in. And y'all hear me with all the good life coaching stuff that I do. Y'all have actually seen me do life coaching in action, but I think you all don't understand some of the principles that help me be successful. So I want to go ahead and I want to share some of those nuggets with you all that help me in turn be successful. So, you know, this can be for my business people out there. You can find a way to apply. I know for my business people, you can find a way to apply this. And also this can be just for my regular people who need some motivation. So you all go ahead, you take out a pen and paper, and I want you all to take notes because the title of this podcast is called the four levels of success. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about each one and I'm going to break it down for you. And I want you to see kind of where you fall on each category of that spectrum. You know what I mean? And you can kind of see where you are if you want to continue to, how can I put it? If you want to continue to be in business for yourself, if you're not already in that realm, or if you want to break out of that spectrum and start working for you and only you and, you know, stop having a paycheck for somebody else. So these are just some of the principles that have helped me grow along the way, and I'm passing them on to you all. So, all right, y'all, like I said, pen and paper, let's get down to it. All right, everybody, the 4 levels of success. The first level of success that we are going to talk about is implementation. Okay. Now, when I say implementation, the reason why I say this word is because that word implementation is and applies to the people that are on the lowest end of the totem pole. So right now, you all know that I work my job at US Steel in order to help me, you know, pay for my stuff and everything like that I need that's going to help me grow and expand my business. Now, I got a great job, but, you know, my thing is I'm even better at this life coaching than I am at my other job. You know what I mean? That's just how I roll. That's what I do. So to put that into perspective for you, you know, you have to learn how to leverage and do other things while you're on this implementation level. But as I'm on this level, guess what? A lot of us are, even within our own businesses that we work, we are on that level of implementation. You know, you have to slowly get to a point when you start scaling your business, you have to get to that next level. So while you're on the implementation level, you're running around, you're making sure that things are done within your business. Let's pull that back and let's look at how that relates to your life personally. Okay. In your life, you are your own implementer. That's how it goes. You are your own implementer into your life. Anything you want, you go out and get it done, right? Anything that needs taken care of, you make the necessary calls to the people that you have to in order for anything that goes on in your life to be homed in on so it can be taken care of. That is all you. You are an implementer in your life. I want you to think about your business and think about yourself, your name, you as a person, as a business for a second. So think about it. You are the implementer. Okay. You're the lowest guy now, but the only difference is you don't pay yourself in order to go out and do these things. How you pay yourself is through what? Self-worth, self-love, right? Helping yourself grow, learning in certain areas. That is how you in turn pay yourself. You can't pay yourself monetarily because that's why we work. We work to get paid, right? That's what we do. I don't care if you're a business owner down to the person who works for a company. That is why we work. We work, or we put in some form or amount of work in order to receive payment from that. And that's everybody. It doesn't matter if you're working for somebody, being an implementer, or you're being an implementer in your own life, running around and doing the things for yourself as well as your business, if you're a Lone Ranger as well, kind of like myself. So that was a very quick point. So now we're going to go to the next point, which is very key. Oh, and I need to mention this as well. Implementers usually make the lowest amount of money possible. This is like poverty line or below. That's what we're looking at here. So we're looking at, I'll just say $50,000 or below, or we'll just say $30,000 and below. You know, anything but for the sake of this, we'll just say $50,000 and below. So that's the thing. It's hard for a lot of people to go ahead and have a whole family and manage $50,000. You know what I mean? I believe that that's hard to do for a year. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna throw that out there. That's based on my belief, but it doesn't matter. You can believe in something else. This is what we going off. Poverty level, $50,000 or below. These are your people who are the implementers. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the unifiers, because the next level, the second level, number 2, if you take notes with your pen and paper, number 2 is unification. Now, your unifiers on this level are your managers. Okay. They have the ability to go ahead and to teach others an already said system that has been given to them. So now the people on the bottom can go ahead and start to implement everything. Okay, I'm gonna run it to you one more time. That your unifiers, the second level is unification. Your unifiers are able to receive a said task from above, right? A said task from upper management or whoever it may be, and go ahead and learn it themselves and teach it to others so then they can implement. Okay. Now, on this level, you are making a bit more money. I will say that. A lot of your unifiers can, or your managers can make up to, you can make anywhere from, you know, that 50,000 above to about $100,000. It depends on where you work for, though, who you work for and where you work at. That's what it depends on. So you kind of moving into that 6-figure. You have the ability to look and moved into your 6-figure income like that. Okay. Or, you know what I mean? Just something like that. You have a tendency to get to that point. You know what I mean? So you can make it there. Sorry, y'all know how we roll. I'm sitting up here. I'm getting a text right now. I hate that though, but that's what we doing. That's what's happening. So anyway, okay, I've checked that. Okay. Hold on. Yes. Okay. There we go. So once again, like I said, as a manager, you are on that next course to receiving your about 6-figure level. Okay. 6-figure earner income. So what this means for you, you can also be a manager of your own life. Okay. Think about it. Sometimes before you implement something, you have to learn. So think of yourself as getting that knowledge and that information that was given to you from somebody else. And you are the unifier of your own environment. Okay. This is how I have to bring it home, everybody, because you all will be able to really receive it and understand it if I have to break down the principle and then give it to you right there in your face as if it was just right in front of you, because it's something we do every day. These are things, people, that we do every day within ourselves, but we don't recognize it like that, right? So if we recognize that we do it within ourselves, then we'll be able to recognize how other people do that to us, right? There we go. I know you listen on the other end with that pen and paper. I know you write it down, you jotted it. So once again, these are your unifiers, your managers, okay? Once again, your managers have the ability, okay, have the ability to take an order from above, okay, or from somebody who is a higher power than themselves. And for some of y'all, this can be God, if you believe in God, like I do. Like I tell everybody, I don't care what you believe in, but that's what I believe in. So you take that order from above, you trickle it on down, and now you have the ability to teach it Okay, you have the unique ability to teach it to someone else so they can implement for you. Okay. Now, this next level here, people, now this is when we really start getting into some things. Okay. Now, this is where people usually make money. This is how I make my money. You know what I mean? This is how I make my extra peanuts on the side here, to go ahead and make some things happen, because this is what it takes. Okay. This is what it takes. You have to be great at communicating. Okay. So then third level is communication. Communication, people. Okay. This means for our business owners out there, if you have a product that you are selling, you know how to sell it. You know how to effectively communicate your message, right? You have a mass market message that you are trying to use to attract people and bring them to your product. Your market message agrees with the product that you are putting out there. That's what you have to remember. Your message agrees with the product that you put out there. So you have to be an effective communicator in order to do that. Always remember that. That's key, people. You have to be an effective communicator. Now, how this relates to our people who are working for other jobs or other people, right? Who are working for businesses, right? How this works is these are your district managers. Okay. These are your district managers. These are your operator and supervisors or things of that nature that have the ability to now to reach six-figure income. We'll say anywhere between 120 to maybe 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 dollars a year. Now, it depends on, once again, who you work for and the position that you have, people. Who you work for and the position that you have. These are numbers that I'm throwing out there. I'm not saying that everybody makes these dollar amount values, but everybody knows somebody on the other end who falls into these categories. Somebody. I know somebody that falls into all four of these realms. You know what I mean? So somebody, or of somebody that falls into these four levels. So communication is key. Now, these are people who normally sell too, as well. You can get a lot of millionaires from selling, people. That might be my next episode I do. I might hone in on a little bit of the selling part, because I'm no lie, y'all. Selling is a very big part if you have your own business or within yourself that you have to overcome in order to make money. But you really have to understand what selling is in order to do that. But it all falls under that realm of communication. Once again, people, your skills have to be great at communication. If you end up getting an order, once again, somebody from above telling you what to do, it's usually, now when you're on this level of communication, that usually comes from the person who has the idea, right? So you get the idea from somebody, and then you effectively communicate that idea down to the unifier, which is the manager, right? And then in turn, the unifier then teaches the implementer on the level of implementation to do the task. Are y'all picking it up? Are you all picking it up? Which level do you lie in right now? Are you an implementer? Are you a unifier that brings the people together through your teaching? Or are you a communicator? Okay. Are you a communicator? Because once again, like I said, in order to realize the success of your business or just of yourself, you have to realize which level you are on internally. So then you can project that out externally. Or you can manifest where you want to go by putting in the work internally to enhance not the level of implementer, maybe the little bit of the level of unifier, because you have to still know how to bring people together. Still, you'll bring people together through your unique message. Anybody can bring people together through a message that they have. That's how we gain a following. This is how we go ahead and we start looking at social media, right? People follow you because of the words that you have to speak about, because of the things that you talk about, the things that you say and you share. So always be mindful of that, always be mindful of that. But shoot, man, the people that you go ahead and you're able to bring together, normally they come from your message, and you wouldn't be able to know how to convey that message unless you learn how to communicate. Y'all picking it up? Y'all here? I just want a few hearts. I want a few hearts, a couple likes if you're really picking up what I'm saying right now. So if you're there, that's great. I'm glad you are there. I need you to stay there because on this next level, I want you to think of a person transcended through death and the legacy that they leave behind. Okay? Because this next level separates the men from the boys. You make it to this level, this means that you have mastered all three of the other levels below. We're all natural born implementers. You know, we can easily do a task that somebody else tells us to do or try to listen so we can get it done. We're all implementers, okay? But in order for you to reach this higher level of ascension, okay, this higher level of thinking, okay, you have to be able to master the first three levels first. You got to. Now, the next step is imagination. So it's kind of like this, man. When y'all think of Steve Jobs, who do you think of? Apple, right? Like how y'all know how the story goes. It was Steve Wozniak who actually invented it. You know what I mean? Put it together, but it was Steve Jobs was the one who was the imagination behind it. He was the one who was able to make Apple what it is today. We don't even know about the present person who leads, right? We don't know anything about, I don't know anything about the new guy, you know, and I think he's been gone for about what, 6 to 8 years, something like that in that realm. So I'm just looking at it like, wow, it's something to me how if you reach that top level of imagination, now guess what? You push the idea down to the communicator effectively, right? Communicates the idea, effectively passes down the idea to the manager who is over the implementers. It is his job to now teach. Okay? It is his job to teach and then go ahead and let it that information trickle down to the implementer so then they can do said task. Imagination is the highest level of success because now you are merely getting paid for your ideas, people. Now, you have to think about where you want to be on this spectrum. Do you want to be the implementer or do you want to be the imaginator? If that's even a word. Do you want to be the guy or the woman that goes ahead and is responsible for imagination and visually seeing the product of whatever you have put into thought-wise can now come out on the bottom half? I want to be that person. You know what I mean? Those are the steps that we're taking to get to be that person. You know what I mean? So that's what I got for y'all. I'm telling you. And Matt, when you think about Oprah Winfrey, you think of OWN, right? Or when anybody says OWN, you think of Oprah Winfrey. It's now attaching the name to the brand because the person who created the brand, right, had the thought process to give you exactly what it was that you were looking for and you needed. Y'all catch it? You need to attach yourself to your brand so that you are able, even if your brand is you as the person. Let's once again pull it on back, and I'll tell you how you can relate this to yourself. Anything that you want to do in this life, some people will call this manifestation, right? I look at it as a call to action because those are the things we focus on here with the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast, shifting the mindset, self-awareness, and call to action that promote inward growth and outward change, right? So we still in alignment here. This is what we're talking about. You want to see how you can become that person who can now imagine a thing, okay? But then let's say you can imagine and say you want a donut, right? You've been dreaming about you having this donut and wanting this donut all day. And what do? You get in your car and you go drive and you go get the donut, right? Same process. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to show you all how these steps, these 4 levels of success relate to you as a person internally, and then you apply them to any business or goal or task that you wish to create or get done, and then you can do it. Okay. When you apply the 4 levels of success internally to you, okay, this means you should be able to achieve anything. That's what that's telling me. And that's what it's showing me with how I'm getting my work done effectively also. So once again, I'm giving away keys that have helped me be successful, and I'm trying to go ahead and in turn give it back to you all, because this is what we do. All information is what? Sharing it, right? So I would rather go ahead and give y'all a little piece of the pie as it is, as I took off a big hunk of piece of the pie. And what I mean by is I took a big hunk of the pie is by how I retain the information. That's what I'm trying to say, people. You taking a big hunk of that pie relies on how much information you are willing to attain and retain. Okay? Attain is to get. That's the sought after information that you want, but you have to be able to retain it. When you retain information, that means you keep it in your mind. That means you know it's there. It's on reserve for when it's time to implement the thing that you are supposed to do, you can now do it. Right? That's all it is. So apply these principles internally that will help with inward growth to outward change. Apply these principles that will help you see shift in the mindset, self-awareness, and call to action. This is all I live by. Y'all see the name back here on this side: redirect, regroup, refocus. Redirect is shift in the mindset. Regroup is self-awareness. Refocus is call to action. These are the principles that I teach. These are the principles that I live by. And anything that I can give you to help you with that alignment, hey, I'm doing my due diligence. But strive to be the person with the imagination. Okay. If you do it internally, this is the question I have for you. This is the question I have. If you're able to do it internally for yourself, what is stopping you from taking that vision, that idea that you have created, and now you can then in turn put it back out to people so that they can receive it? If you are able to conceptualize everything that starts right up here in your mind, and you have the ability to push it out through here and here, what is stopping you? That's it, people. What is stopping you? What is truly stopping you from being able to manifest whatever it is that you have? You know? And what I mean by what you have is that idea, that vision. And I can say that idea or that vision can be a book, it can be a podcast, it could just be your words of inspiration. It could be you going live every day, talking to people, it could be you creating that Facebook group or YouTube channel to bring more people together, to build a community. What is stopping you from doing that? And I know the answer for that, people, because this is what I deal with. It's those limiting beliefs. That it's the stuff that you believe, limiting beliefs. It's the stuff that's hindering you and blocking you from taking you to that next level. That's what's stopping you from using your own imagination internally and then moving down to the level of communication to where you can effectively communicate the idea to yourself, what it is that you wish to produce, so you can be your own unifier of your own thoughts. You're able to unify and bring all of your thoughts together, and then you will go ahead internally and implement it externally. That's what it takes. I'm trying to show y'all some of these keys, because these are the keys that in turn have helped me. So these are going to be some things that are going to help you. So once again, those 4 levels, okay? Those 4 levels are implementation. That is what we all fall under. We all have the ability to fall under that. As soon as you get your first job, you're an implementer right then and there. Okay? If you ever worked for somebody, you're an implementer. Okay? Implementation is the first level. Unification is the second level. And these are your managers. These are the people that have the ability to teach the ones that need to implement. Okay. And then we have your communicators. Now, like we said, the other 2, you can make 6 figures. You can have the opportunity to, but it's very hard to at times, unless you have a great job or you putting in a lot of time in for money, which is another subject we can talk about. Putting more time into money. You know, you have the ability to make that 6-figure income, but the people who directly communicate, Your communicators move up to that next level of communication, who are able to effectively talk about the vision and push it down to the person that's willing to teach. So then those people on the bottom, who are your implementers, now move. Okay. And the last level is imagination. Wouldn't it be nice if you were the person just sitting back at home, sipping on your coffee in the morning? You said, hey, I have an idea. So you call whoever it is you need to call with the idea, and now they implement it. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be great if you could be the person that gets paid to think all day? Get paid to think. And what I mean by, you can think while you're on your boat. You can think while you're driving to go see your family. You can think while you're on the plane ride to go visit or go on a vacation somewhere. You know what I mean? You have the ability to think in all those slots. You have the ability to think in all those different scenarios. Wouldn't it be nice to get paid for your thoughts? So see, what I'm trying to tell people is this, is that each and every one of you has something inside of you that you are willing to create and that you are willing to manifest, you know? And a lot of times, the only thing that needs to be honed in are just key elements, small key elements, because the things that we do all the time, those are the things we indirectly or directly know or don't know that we do, right? So it's up to you to figure that out. And once you in turn figure that out, then you'll be able to move up through each level. Then you'll be able to see yourself being more successful on the different endeavors and the things that you touch. Because now you can recognize it, right? Now you have something to base it off of, and you have something to fall back on in case a mistake is made, right? Right? Come on, man. Because the thing is this, we all slip up at times, but we have to have the ability to pick ourselves back up, right? We have to have the ability to pick ourselves up. So with that being said, people, I hope I was able to give you something today that would actually resonate with you, something that where you can actually see where you fall in on the totem pole, okay? Where you've kind of fallen on the totem pole internally within yourself and externally within your goals and your visions, opportunities, different things of that nature. I hope I gave something to you to actually make you think. But remember what I told you to do at the beginning of listening to this. I told you to take out what? Pen and paper. So you can do what? Take notes. So everything that I gave you is note takeable and noteworthy. Everything I gave you is noteworthy. And I'm going to throw this plug in there too. I have a book on Amazon called Redirect, Shifting a Mindset. It's the first book out of a 4-part series. What we're going to do is we're going to take redirect, regroup, and refocus and make it into a book series, those 3 words. But you can get book 1 on Amazon. You just type in redirect, regroup, refocus on Amazon, type it right in your search engine. You can either get the ebook or you can either go ahead and get a hard copy. I would encourage everybody to get a hard copy because it's a book of 20 quotes. Okay. It's a book of 20 quotes. And with that book of 20 quotes, what happens is this. You are able to track your learning. You are able to track how you feel during the week. You are able to track how you are based on the quotes that are given in that book. You're able to track your feelings, your emotions, and even your goals based on the quotes that are in that book. So it could be 20 days. It could be 20 weeks. You know, it can be 20 months that you can apply these certain things to you to shift your mindset, to think a little bit. You take as much time as you need, but I encourage everybody, please go ahead and get a hard copy of that book, because the hard copy of that book is where it's at. The ebook, okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and get the quotes if you like motivation, inspiration, stuff like that. And if all the quote is what you're looking for and you feel like you can manage it on your own, fine. But I've created a book, an interactive workbook for you. So that way the accountability falls on you to go ahead and actually take the time and to see the change within yourself. So that's what I'm offering to you all as my little peace offering, to say, look, these are things that have helped me over the years. that I have done certain things in terms of my personal life and in business. So they can go ahead and help you too. They can help you shift your mindset when it comes to said situations and or outcomes. So, all right, y'all. Once again, I gave y'all the 4 levels of success. I'm sorry, I'm talking fast. I gave y'all the 4 levels of success. They are implementation, unification, communication, okay, and then imagination. I'm going to say that one more time for my people taking notes. They are implementation, unification, communication, and then imagination. You work on those 4 things and you see where you fall at in the spectrum. You look at your skills, you look at your gifts and your talents, and I guarantee you, with the help and the will of God, okay, because that's who helps me. Like I said, you don't have to necessarily believe in what I believe in, but that's it. With the help and will of God, you can achieve anything. So I encourage you all to like, comment, and share this video. If you don't like to, if you're the person that doesn't want to do comments, go ahead, like and share. Share this with somebody who might deem this information useful to them, because I'm telling you, it sure was deemed useful to me. So, all right, y'all. It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff. And remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out. Thank you for listening and tuning in to the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. We do thank you and appreciate and value you as a listener. Now, I would like to just throw in, please follow us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram as Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, and also Life Coach Jeff Relaford. You can also find me on Facebook as Jeff Relaford. That's my personal page. Go ahead, give me a follow there. I always put up some good inspirational content. And also the business page, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus on Facebook as well. So, all right, you all, thank you for tuning in. And next week, we will be here again. Remember, redirect, regroup, refocus.